Hey guys, it's Creek, and today I'm going to show you how to do a really quick 2-pole flip winch. This is a primitive, I would consider it nearly primitive method of winching. It would be entirely primitive if you were using some kind of natural cordage. In this case, I'm using a pretty thick web line, and I'm going to attach it to my truck. We're going to pretend my truck there is stuck or something that I need to winch out. And the only products or items that we're going to use for this are my webbing tow strap and 2 big poles. These got to be pretty stout and sturdy. This one's about 4 or 5 inches in diameter. This is what's going to be my winch pole. And then we've got another one 3 or 4 inches in diameter. That's going to be my lever pole. And both of these, 8 foot long is a really good length. So we're going to start by, we're going to create kind of an S in our rope. I've got the one end of the rope already tied to my anchor point, which is that tree. We're going to wait a second to tie it to the truck there. So I've got one end of my webbing strap tied. I'm going to make an S in the rope like that right there. And I'm going to take my winch pole, which is my bottom pole. This is the pole that this rope ends up wrapping around. I'm going to take it under this and over this, like this right here. Okay? So we've got the loop of this side of the S underneath of our winch pole here. All right, now I'm going to take our lever pole, and that's going to come under this loop and on top, just on top of our winch pole. We don't want it sticking out 10 inches. We want it just a couple, 2 or 3 inches sticking out over our cantilevering over our winch pole here. And now we're going to go ahead and from our loose end, tighten this up, except before we tie this to the object that we're winching, in this case my truck, we're going to take this line, we're going to bring it over to the same side. We're going to bring it over to the same side as the line that runs to my truck. So we want both of these lines, the one to our anchor point and the one to our winch, on the same side. That is a critical point to doing this flip winch. Otherwise, this thing gets all twisty and crazy when you start developing tension. So now that I've got everything semi-tight, I'm going to tie this to the ball hitch of my truck really quickly. And I'm just going to do a really quick, simple knot there just to get it done. Take the excess rope, throw it in my truck. Now here's the magic of this flip pole, 2-pole flip winch. Gotten everything squared up. I'm going to take my lever pole. My lever pole goes up, just like it sounds, like a lever, rotates over the winch pole, and look at that. Look at what's happening. These lines are rotating, one on top and one on bottom, around that winch pole. And I literally just pulled my truck 6 inches, at least. I'm going to straighten this back up. And now what I do is I take my winch pole, 2-pole flip winch, and I flip it. I'm going to flip it, like this right here. Okay? I'm going to get my lever pole back straight. I'm going to square everything up again. It's going to go right here. Square everything up. And you guessed it. I'm going to use the lever pole again. And while I'm doing this, I want you to just shoot the truck and watch it move. Now I couldn't, this soft ground, I couldn't move this truck on my own if I was trying. Okay, here we go. Lever pull, half rotation, full rotation, boom. Moving, I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 pounds. I don't know how much that truck weighs. I'm flipping. Here we go. Boom. Take my lever, put it back over here. Now come up here. You know how I made that distinction, how important it is for these 2 lines to be on the same side? If you don't watch out, these 2 lines are on opposite sides, and your winch just starts twisting around. It's all crazy once you start developing tension. But I want you to watch really quickly as I rotate this lever pull. I want you to see these straps kind of tightening and wrapping on top of one another. So here we go. I'm lifting up the lever pull. straps are rotating. Boom, check that out. My truck's coming closer. There we go. Awesome. Now there comes a point when your lever pole is going to get too close to the object that you're winching. So you have to take that into consideration, because with every winch, my truck gets a little bit closer, and there's going to come a point where I can't winch it out any farther. So you've got to kind of make that decision early on. How far do I need to winch my object out while you're placing this lever pole on the line? In this case, I just put it right in the center. So that's it, guys, the 2-pole flip winch. An incredible device of ingenuity that utilizes the most simple of materials to lever out and winch thousands of pounds. I hope you found it useful. Remember, it's not if, but when.